So now we're into the calculator active part. So this is the part you'll be able to use your calculator, and we're going to want to use that to help us get through this, right? It's a great tool. We need to know how to use it. Solve the following equation, okay? Probably wouldn't use it here. You could. You could put both of these into y equals and solve. Y1 equals and y2 equals. I'm not going to go through that method. If you've seen it before, that's great. Now is not the time to learn that method. Let's just do the basic algebra, right? That's what the goal is here. 6n plus 4 equals negative 4n minus 16. The key here is do the same to both sides, right? The whole side when you're multiplying and dividing, okay? So 6n plus 4 equals negative 4n plus 16. I'll do it in two steps. You could do it in one. When I'm solving them, I would do it in one, but I want to show you in two. So I'm going to move the constants first. It doesn't matter which you do first. It doesn't matter which side you move things to. You want the constants on one side and the variable on the other. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. 4 minus 4 is 0. That's why I subtracted 4. I'm left with 6n on the left equals, so I still have my negative 4n on the right. Negative 16 minus 4 is minus 20. Remember, if you get confused about the negatives, right? I start at negative 16 and I subtract 4. That means go left. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so negative 17, negative 18, negative 19, negative 20. Right? It's a great method. It's like counting on your fingers, sort of. It works. It works really well. Beats getting it wrong because you don't want to do it. So, next step. I got my constants on the right, so I got to get my variables on the left. So I'm going to do the opposite of subtracting 4n. I'm going to add 4n plus 4n. That's going to be 10n equals negative 20. So divide by 10. 10 over 10 is 0, so I redid it. N equals negative 2 over 1, or negative 2. B. Number 2. Y varies directly. Y equals some constant times x. This is direct variation. Okay? And what that means is it's a linear equation without a b. Without a b in the equation. B is 0. Okay? That makes it a lot easier to solve. I can do it two ways. Alright, y varies directly as x. If x equals 8, then y equals 10. So, now I have two values I can solve for my equation. If x equals 8, I've got 8 times that constant equals 40, and I can solve. Divide both sides by 8. The constant is 40 over 8. That's 5. So now I have my equation. So if you need to solve for the equation, y equals 5x. 5 is k, but it's also m in y equals mx plus b. It's just different because b is always 0 for direct variation, and it simplifies the solving. Okay, and so then it says find x when y equals 10. So 10 equals, what was my equation? Here it is, 5x. Divide by 5, and I get 2. Okay, now, a lot of you are probably saying, why are you doing all that, Mr. Waite? And if you are, you might have skipped forward already. I could also use proportions to solve, okay? Because they're directly related. They are in the same ratio, okay? In other words, the ratio of any two pair of x and y is always the same. So if I put x, it doesn't matter. I can put x on top, y on the bottom, or y on top. It does not matter. You just have to be consistent. If x is 8 and y is 40, what is x when y is 10. I just have to be consistent, okay? And then you can cross products. 40x equals 80, and we get the same result. And probably quicker, right? You can do it either way, too. And domain is the x values of the function. And just wanted to rewrite that. It looks a little better. Anyway, x values, really, it's the independent. Independent variable values, and so it just doesn't have to be x. It might be t for time. It could be many different things. It's the independent variable. Now, when we're talking about a function, the independent variable is always the first number in the ordered pair. And so I want the first number from each of these ordered pairs. 3, 7, 9, negative 3. I'm going to look for an answer that has 3, 7, 9, negative 3, and it's right there. So A is correct.